Once upon a time, in a beautiful African village, there lived a farmer named Kofi and his loving wife, Ama. They were the happiest couple in the village, spreading joy wherever they went. But one day, Kofi's cousin, Kwame, started to tell lies about Ama. He said she was being unfaithful to Kofi, which made Kofi very sad and confused. Even though Ama loved Kofi dearly, Kwame's words began to plant seeds of doubt in Kofi's heart. Kofi couldn't sleep at night, thinking about Kwame's words. He decided to confront Ama, asking her if she was seeing someone else. Ama was shocked and hurt by Kofi's question. She cried and tried to explain that she loved only him, but Kofi didn't believe her. In the village, there was a terrible custom for punishing those who were unfaithful. Kofi, consumed by anger and sadness, decided to follow this custom. He took Ama to a secret place in the forest and buried her alive, thinking this was the right thing to do. Ama cried out for help, but Kofi didn't listen. He thought he was doing what was best for the village, but deep down he felt guilty and ashamed of what he had done. Meanwhile, Ama's friend Ajoa had been searching for the truth. She found evidence that Kwame had been lying all along. Rushing to the forest, she tried to stop Kofi, but she was too late. Ama was already buried, and Kofi was filled with regret. Unable to stay in the village, Kofi left, wandering far away. The village mourned for Ama and promised never to let jealousy and lies destroy their community again. Ajoa became a leader, teaching everyone the importance of trust and love. But what happened to Kofi? Did he find peace and forgiveness for his terrible mistake? Let's continue the story to find out. As Kofi wandered through the vast African landscape, his heart weighed heavy with sorrow and regret. Every step he took was haunted by the memory of Ama's tearful eyes and desperate pleas for mercy. He couldn't shake off the guilt that gnawed at him, like a relentless beast devouring his soul. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months, yet Kofi found no solace. Everywhere he went, he carried the burden of his actions like a heavy chain around his neck. The memories of Ama's laughter and the warmth of her embrace tormented him, a constant reminder of the irreparable damage he had caused. In his solitude, Kofi reflected on the terrible mistake he had made. He realized that his blind trust in Kwame's deceitful words had clouded his judgment and led him to commit a grave injustice. He wished he could turn back time, undo the hurt he had inflicted upon Ama and the village. But time marched on, indifferent to Kofi's anguish. As he roamed the vast African plains, he encountered people from different walks of life, each with their own tales of love and loss. Through their stories, Kofi learned the true meaning of forgiveness and redemption. Slowly, ever so slowly, a glimmer of hope began to flicker within Kofi's heart. He realized that he couldn't change the past, but he could strive to make amends for his actions. With newfound determination, he resolved to return to the village and seek forgiveness from those he had wronged. Meanwhile, back in the village, life carried on. The memory of Ama lingered in the hearts of the villagers, a beacon of love and compassion that illuminated their path forward. Ajoa, with her unwavering courage and wisdom, continued to guide the community, ensuring that the lessons learned from Ama's tragedy were never forgotten. As Kofi made his way back to the village, his heart brimmed with apprehension and hope. He knew that facing the consequences of his actions wouldn't be easy, but he was willing to bear whatever punishment awaited him. For in seeking forgiveness, he hoped to find redemption and, perhaps, a chance to rebuild what he had lost. And so, the story of Kofi's journey continued, a testament to the power of love, forgiveness, and the resilience of the human spirit. As he walked the path of redemption, he carried with him the memory of Ama, his beloved wife, whose enduring love would forever light his way home. As Kofi approached the familiar sights and sounds of the village, his heart raced with anticipation and dread. Would the villagers welcome him back with open arms, or would they cast him out like Kwame, branded forever by his terrible mistake? With trembling hands and a heavy heart, Kofi entered the village square, where he was met with curious stares and hushed whispers. The air was thick with tension, as if the very essence of the village held its breath, waiting to see what would unfold. Suddenly, a voice broke through the silence, a voice filled with warmth and understanding. It was Ajua, Ama's loyal friend, who stepped forward to greet Kofi with compassion and forgiveness. Her words were like a balm to his wounded soul, offering him a glimmer of hope in the darkness. One by one, the villagers emerged from their homes, their faces etched with a mixture of sadness and understanding. They had witnessed Kofi's journey of redemption from afar, and though they couldn't erase the pain he had caused, they were willing to offer him a second chance. Nana Abena, the wise elder of the village, approached Kofi with a solemn expression. She spoke of the importance of forgiveness and reconciliation, urging the villagers to embrace Kofi as one of their own once more. Tears welled up in Kofi's eyes as he felt the weight of his guilt slowly lift from his shoulders. In the embrace of his fellow villagers, he found the strength to forgive himself and to honor the memory of Ama in the most profound way possible, by living a life guided by love and compassion. And so, the village welcomed Kofi back into their midst, a symbol of hope and renewal in the face of adversity. Together, they vowed to cherish the lessons learned from Ama's tragedy and to strive for a future built on trust, forgiveness, and the enduring power of love. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over the village, Kofi felt a sense of peace wash over him. Though the scars of the past would never fully fade, he knew that he had been given a chance to start anew, to honor Ama's memory by living each day with gratitude, humility, and an unwavering commitment to love. The story of Kofi's journey did not end there. It was a beginning, a new chapter filled with hope, forgiveness, and the promise of redemption. As Kofi settled back into life in the village, he found solace in the simple joys of everyday living. The laughter of children playing in the streets, the songs of birds filling the air, and the comforting embrace of friends and neighbors who had stood by him through thick and thin. With each passing day, Kofi worked tirelessly to rebuild what he had lost, to mend the broken bonds of trust, and to honor Ama's memory in everything he did. He became a beacon of light in the village, offering guidance and support to those in need, and spreading love and kindness wherever he went. But the scars of the past remained, a constant reminder of the pain and sorrow that had once consumed him. And though Kofi knew that he could never fully erase the mistakes of his past, he also knew that he had been given a second chance, a chance to live a life worthy of Ama's love and sacrifice. And so, the story of Kofi's journey continued, a journey filled with ups and downs, triumphs and challenges, but always guided by the unwavering belief in the power of love to conquer even the darkest of shadows. As the years went by, Kofi's story became a legend in the village, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the transformative power of forgiveness. And though Ama's physical presence may have been lost, her spirit lived on in the hearts of all who knew her, a gentle reminder that love never truly dies. And so, dear friends, as we bid farewell to Kofi's tale, let us remember the lessons it has taught us, that no matter how far we may fall, there is always hope for redemption, and that love, in all its forms, will always prevail in the end.